Hey, it's Elliot and welcome back to a new video. So I think 2021 was the perfect year in a way to realize the inequality in wealth. And I think this inequality in wealth often comes from the inequality of information. And in this day of age, 2021, information is wealth. So in this video, I'm going to introduce a concept that I do not see many people, many traders talk about, but I think is very important. And it's the fact that you cannot be neutral in your investments, even if you decide to invest and keep your money in cash. So what people usually do is that they earn money from a job and that money goes put into a bank account and they just leave it here. Now, they think that just by keeping that money in the bank account, they are not investing in anything. But what they don't realize is that they are actually investing in the currency, okay? So if you get paid in dollars and you keep your money in the bank in dollars, you are actually deciding to invest your money in US dollars and not in euros, not in Japanese yen, not in any other currencies, but the US dollar. So as we know, currencies fluctuate and the value goes up or the value goes down. So when you have your money in a certain currency, this is an investment that has a specific value and a specific performance. So here's a quick outlook of how your money would have performed, whether it was in US dollars, in British pounds, in euros, in Japanese yen, in Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, etc. So on a real life example, you can see that if you were living in Switzerland, for instance, and you kept your money in Swiss francs, the cash you had left in your bank account for the last 10 years would actually be worth more today than it was 10 years ago. So your net worth would have gone up only by keeping cash, because if you transferred that money into another currency and you moved abroad or something, your net worth would be higher. Now on the opposite, if you've only been holding, let's say, Australian dollars for the last 10 years, you've been living in Australia and just keeping that money, thinking you were not invested in anything because you're just keeping it at cash, you can see and realize that you've basically been losing money for the last 10 years holding those Australian dollars that are worth less today than they were 10 years ago. So I really think it's important to understand this concept, because I see too many people saying, I do not want to invest in anything. However, these people have 100% of their holdings, 100% of their net worth in one currency, which is basically a 100% position in one asset. So how can someone solve this issue or make better investments? It's not necessarily by trading FX, but rather invest in FX and diversify their portfolio of currency holdings. So wanting to invest in cash can be a good position, but you need to understand the risk. So to reduce that risk, you are going to hold some euros, you are going to hold some dollars, some pounds, some yens, some Australian dollars. And understanding how currencies work, so understanding FX, is so important in day-to-day life. Now, the other concept I would apply is having your money internationally as well, okay? Having it in different currencies is the first step, and then having in different countries is another step, where you have that added security of having different financial institutions having and managing your own money. So anyway, to those watching who do not trade FX, if I had to resume it and simple it down, I'd say that when you have your money in a certain currency, you are basically buying some shares of that specific country. So if I'm buying some British pounds, I'm actually getting some shares of the British economy. So if the British economy does well this coming 2021, with Brexit, everything goes well, with the vaccine, etc., then those British pounds would have probably been a good investment. Okay, so think as currencies as shares of a specific country, shares of that specific economy. So I hope that this video was useful to you and it opened your eye a bit on the fact that everyone is invested on the Forex market. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like button and don't hesitate to ask me anything down in the comments. You can also send me a direct message on Instagram that comes up right here. It was Elliot. Peace.